Hi, I'm Courtney Patterson. When you're operating a disaster resource center, you should expect people to arrive who have various behavioral health concerns. You might face people experiencing all kinds of mental health or substance use challenges. What do you do? Today, you'll be hearing from one of the region's top experts on managing behavioral health challenges in an emergency. Her name is Leticia Sains, and she's been working in the world of behavioral health for over 15 years. What she has to share with you today could be an absolute lifesaver in a crisis. So thank you for taking this time to learn some new skills before the disaster. Don't forget, we've also got segments in this series to help you learn about related topics like trauma-informed care, intellectual and developmental disabilities, chronic illnesses, physical disabilities, and alternative communication methods, as well as other tips to help you work in a disaster resource center. Okay, let's go see Leticia.
Hi, I'm Leticia Sains, and welcome to my office. I'm here to help you feel as confident as possible managing behavioral health issues that are almost certain to come up in a disaster resource center during an emergency. First, though, let's get some common terminology on the table, starting with behavioral health. Behavioral health includes both mental health and substance use challenges. Another term we'll be using today is psychosis, the state of being detached from reality, such as seeing or hearing things that others don't see and hear. Someone experiencing psychosis is not necessarily someone who's in behavioral health crisis, and we need to make sure we keep these two concepts separate. Let's think for a moment about behavioral health in an emergency situation. If your home were destroyed, if you were separated from your family, or had just experienced some other form of trauma, well, guess what? You'd be likely to show signs very similar to traditional behavioral health symptoms. For example, you might appear agitated, making sporadic or exaggerated movements, or taking offense to things that might not normally offend you. Or you could be seeking isolation and emotionally or physically withdrawing from the people around you. We might see you being still in the middle of a bustling crowd. In both of these cases, your completely natural reaction to the experience of a trauma, brought on by the emergency, might look like a behavioral health issue. Whatever the issue is, first, don't forget that you can always elevate to your supervisor. If you aren't comfortable or don't think you're ready to handle a situation, they can step in. Essentially, you're telling your supervisor, I need some assistance. I want someone else to assess this person. It's always good to ask for help, because if you're feeling uncomfortable, that can become apparent really, really quickly. The person you're working with will know you're uncomfortable, and you're going to have a hard time connecting. When you're working with people experiencing psychosis, don't try to challenge their beliefs. That's more likely to upset them and show them they can't trust you than anything else. If someone believes the FBI is after them, you won't be able to convince them otherwise. It's just their reality. Regardless of whether or not someone's actually after them, they feel unsafe. Connect there. On the basis of their emotional reaction. They're having an intense feeling. Ask about ways you can help them feel safe. However, if you think someone might be at risk of killing themselves or harming others, don't leave them alone and make sure you inform your supervisor immediately. Now let's talk about substance use. In an emergency, people may not have access to their chosen substance and may unintentionally be detoxing. Did you know that people can die from detoxing? Alcohol is one of the most common culprits. If you're aware of someone who's a regular user and they don't have access, ask your supervisor for a medical assessment. In the DRC, you may notice people using discreetly. They may actually need to be using to prevent themselves from going into severe withdrawal or detox. And even if you think it's just unbelievable for someone to be using drugs during a disaster, this is not a time to express your own beliefs about addiction, and this is not a reason in and of itself to withhold service. Okay, that's it for today. I want you to remember that we don't want people who are experiencing behavioral health challenges to feel stigmatized or judged, no matter the cause of their behaviors. Our job is to make everyone in the Disaster Resource Center feel safe and secure. Don't forget that we have a whole series of training all about operating a DRC, and you're welcome to check out our other topics as well. Thanks for watching.